Greetings everyone. Today I am going to be cleaning my Mosin Nagant. As I said that I would in my RDB video, that this would probably be the next rifle I would be showing off cleaning. So I'm going to be doing that. I have a few tools, but there's one tool that I used today that was really goddamn cool and neat for zeroing the front sight, as you see here. Let me show you it. It came in this package from 1945. Isn't that cool? This rifle was made in 1938, and this was made in 1945. It's pretty goddamn cool. We open up this really nice wood here, and this is just a little thing that moves over the front sight to zero it. The sight is very close to zeroed. Just didn't really have enough time to fully zero it. I would have to take it on the range again and all that stuff. So this came from Ukraine, from a guy named Dmitry, which I think is just super cool. So that was super helpful. Awesome box, love to have it. So the first thing I'm going to do, obviously, is take the bolt out. Now if you've never seen how this works with a Mosin, it is very simple. So we just open the bolt. This bolt and trigger, by the way, are very, very nice. It's like a 4-pound trigger. And then what you do is you depress the trigger a little bit, and then you can just pull the bolt out. That is really, really awesome. I should probably put down some paper towels here. Just a nice little stack of them, so I don't get the floor wet or anything. Put that off to the side. So the first thing I'm going to do before I do anything else, I'm going to take Windex, ammonia-based glass cleaner, really anything with ammonia, and put some through the barrel just to make sure that the corrosive ammo doesn't corrode anything. Now, I'm using toolless steel case, 148 grain, bolt metal jacket, 7.62 by 54 rimmed, but still, you don't know. It could be corrosive, it could be not corrosive. So I'm not even going to use the bore brush yet. I'm going to do a patch of just a simple pass through with the ammonia. Okay, so these are 30 caliber. I prefer using two 223 patches to clean my 30 calibers. I have two of them. My Mosin and my SKS. So just a little bit on there, and then we shall slip that through, and then what that's going to do is that it's going to cancel any corrosion. So that's neat. Shove that down in there, and that should I don't know why that was so annoying. Yeah, that came out pretty goddamn dirty, but that's going to cancel any sort of corrosion. I'm going to leave that as is for a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and clean the bolt. You do not need to take the bolt apart, and I am not going to take the bolt apart, because that is annoying. I don't like doing that. The bolt, if you've never seen a Mosin bolt, there's really nothing to it. It's basically just a few pieces of metal with a metal stick and a tube with a firing pin and a spring. There really isn't anything to it. There doesn't need to be anything to it. Some spray here, shake the crap out of it. I still don't know what I think about this spray. Yeah, don't do that. This stuff comes up with a lot of force. Okay, and then we just wipe the bolt down, especially on the bolt face. This is a fully matching Tula Mosin, by the way. Every single thing here matches, other than the barrel. The barrel, it was rebarreled in 1958, so that's not 1958, 1950. So that's probably why the irons were really off. I'd show you, but I don't want to point the irons at I don't want to point the barrel at a camera. Makes me a bit nervous. I don't want to do that. I know it's stupid, but I'm not doing that. But trust me, the front sight is a little. It looks a little strange. It's pretty crooked, but it is. Well, it's moved over because it's dovetailed in. But you know, it's completely fine. That came pretty. It's a little dirty. Maybe after another 100 so rounds, I will take the bolt completely apart and clean and oil everything. But I fired 45 rounds through it, so today. So not an enormous amount, and I did also try at 100 meters with this, but I missed because the irons are not fully zeroed yet, and I am not used to shooting at that distance. I'm used to 50. So it's just a thing I need to get more used to. Now, actually, before I go to the barrel, I am going to, should I clean the magazine well? Yeah, I think I will. I'll just quickly wipe it down with a bit of this spray, which is good enough. Probably a step you don't need to do unless you're using old, dirty stuff. If you're getting your ammo in those metal sealed spam cans, be careful with that shit. It can be very, very corrosive. It can be bad primers where you get hang fires or light strikes or overpressure. You know, just be wary of it. But, you know. Yeah, that is... Oh, God. It's pretty freaking filthy, isn't it? Yeah. But I think I will do that again. And this will give time for the ammonia to really get in there and cancel any sort of funk. I think after this I'm going to go back to CLP spray. I like it better. It doesn't smell like permanent marker, and I feel like it just works better than this stuff. This stuff is okay, but... So, what is the recoil like on a Mosin Nagant? Well, it is a full power rifle cartridge in a wood and metal bolt action rifle. You're going to feel it. But it's not like what some people say, oh my god, the Mosin has the worst recoil I've ever felt. Y'all are fucking hypochondriacs, come on. You want to talk about recoil, 300 Win Mag, which I've never fired, but apparently it's very close to a 12 gauge slug. So that is a lot of fucking kick. I was firing this shooting down. Firing this sitting down, shooting down range. Sitting down, and yeah. It's a lot worse when sitting. I've yet to fire any of my rifles standing up. Okay, I think that shall suffice for now. I'm going to put a few more paper towels down so the scraps can be put on there more easily. Okay, now before I... there it is. Before I go hog wild with the patches, it's brush time. No boar snake for this one. I don't like boar snakes. All right. There it is. Little brush on a modern cleaning rod. Now, this Mosin does have its cleaning rod, but I don't like using it. It is long enough. It's just, I don't know. You can't really use a bristle brush like this on it, and I don't know. I'll just use the modern. It's fine. Okay, just stuff that in there. All the way down, all the way out. Do this like 7 or 8 times, just to, you know, clean everything. I only fired 45 rounds, but still. I trust Tula to not be corrosive, but you never know. It is made in Russia. I'm not saying that Russians make bad modern ammo. They don't. It's just, it's steel case and might have been sitting around in stores for a while. That's how stuff gets corrosive. And this is the first rifle I've ever gotten, so I'm going to take care of it. Also, this thing is 80 years old. Over 80 years old. I'm going to do it one more time. There's basically no resistance now, so all the stuff that was in there is stupidly loose now. Okay. Now, it is time for the patches. Spray a little bit there. Put the patch on the rod and just shove it on in. Yeah, that is a lot less resistance than 223 patches. Ooh, yeah, that is so dirty. So yeah, I'm gonna be at this for a bit. So yeah, Mosin Nagant. I really do I like the iron sights on it. I like the style of the iron sights. It's very easy for me to see to get a sight picture. This Tula ammo, the reason I get it is because, well, I get it offline. It's because, well, first off, 7.62x54 rimmed isn't exactly something I can get in stores very easily. The only time I've only seen it in a store was in one of those 440 spam cans, 440 rounds of spam cans. I don't have room for all that ammo, and it is dirty as hell. It's a good deal. It's just $285 for 440 rounds. That's like 50 or 60 cents a round. That ain't bad. It's just, I don't trust that old ammo. After watching Forgotten Weapons on his series on some of this old spam can ammo, I don't trust it. Like, I really do not trust it, especially in a rifle that is precious to me. This Mosin is very precious to me. It's the first rifle I've ever purchased, and I really like the Mosin. So, I get my ammo offline. I just get the steel case Tula. I should probably try and get higher quality ammo. My older brother will be taking this thing hunting, so then we will have to get soft points. Like 182 grain soft points, I think that's what they are for the Mosin. 182 grain soft points, yeah. Out of this barrel, the Mosin, the 7.62x54 rimmed cartridge is moving like 27 to 2,800 feet per second. That's fairly significant. It's not 8mm Mauser levels of power, but is certainly pretty goddamn strong. Yeah. I'll be at this for a bit. There really is nothing much for me to clean on this rifle. It's just the bolt and barrel. Nice and simple. Yeah, once this is clean, I will do the 2-second reassembly, and that'd be that. All right, barrel is very, very clean now. Took more patches than I was sort of expecting, but at the same time, I'm not exactly sure how, like, I trust Tula that this isn't really, really nasty ammo, but still. Anyway. Put the bolt back into the rifle. It is unbelievably simple. So, you just depress the trigger again, and it just slips right in. Buttery smooth. And then the trigger, you can see that, hopefully. It is I feel like this rifle is basically a middle finger to the people that say Mosin bolts and triggers are like the fucking worst thing ever. This one, completely matching Tula from 1938, rebuild 1950. Very, very awesome. In terms of shooting, I do like it. It's just I have to get more used to it because it's full power rifle cartridge. It has more recoil than basically everything that we have in this house, other than 12 gauges. But it shoots pretty straight as soon as I get the iron sights perfectly zeroed. And if you're curious, this is right here is the cleaning rod. I don't ever really use it. It's just I just tend to use the modern ones that are longer than they need to be. But I really do love this rifle. Now, technically, if I wanted to, this is stiff. I could clean this. Do I need to? Nope. So this is the magazine, the follower. It's very simple. It's basically just a few pieces of bent metal. So that's the magazine. And it can be a pain in the ass sometimes. There really isn't much to this rifle. I mean, there's not much to say. It's a Mosin Nagant. It's a bolt-action rifle from, the old days. There really isn't a whole lot going on. It has some battle scars. The wood isn't perfect, but it's not really chipped. There's some chips, but it is. It's gorgeous. I personally really like the more rough look on it. If this thing was 100% pristine, I don't think it would look as good. This looked like this went into hands of many conscripts. There's some rust on the sling soles, but that's fine. I do have the bayonet, but I don't use it because it's not one of the folding bayonets, only the M44 carbine. Anyway, I love this rifle. Eventually, I will be doing a shooting video with it. I'm going to be doing shooting videos with all of my guns, but that's going to be down the road. I don't know exactly when, because first off, I would have to find a range that will actually allow me to film or private property. So, we'll see. But anyway, that's the Mosin Nagant cleaned. I'd say field stripped, but it's literally just take the bolt out. You don't need to go any further. If you wanted to take the trigger out, you would have to remove this screw here. And I've done it once, never again. It's annoying as shit. It's not as bad as the SKS, but oh my god, it's bad. I don't like it. But yeah, I really, really love this rifle. It's beautiful. It's heavy, weighs 8.7 pounds, kicks pretty firm. It's a stout recoil. It's not like my arm's falling off. I'm a pretty novice shooter. I've only fired this thing 3 times, and I'm still getting used to shooting it sitting down, and my shoulder doesn't hurt, so it's beautiful. I love how it's matching. I really do. Also, the rear irons, you do this for your 0 and 2,000 meter 0 optimistic. I just leave it 100. I would say 1,000 is basically the range that this thing would hit fairly easily. Because, like it or not, 308 fanboys, 54 rimmed and 308 are pretty much the same caliber. Like, ballistically, they're basically identical. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, in Trilby, we trust.